Alright, here we go. I went to replace the front headlights, this Mercedes R170. Those are the old headlights right there. Went to buy the new headlights and install them. And I will tell you they look great, but there is a problem. I looked all over the YouTube, couldn't find a good way to wire these things. And there is no instructions in the package. Now, here, hold that camera for me. Now, I thought this was going to be very easy because this has two plugs on the back that apparently look like they plug right in, but they don't. These two plugs right here, and this is three, and the issue is that this light, which is your parking light and blinker on this particular light, this light here, it just acts as a parking light and not a blinker. Now, I took it out, and what you could do is you can cut this tab off and try to jam the two together, but that's not going to work real good because you're only going to end up with a parking light here. It's not going to act as a blinker. You need the three prongs on here to act as the blinker. So what I did was took the one out of the old light, which actually fits in that hole, took the washer off of here, put it on here. Now this will plug directly into the back of this light. And now, trust me, it will. They're the same size. Yeah. I just have fat fingers. I mean, what can I tell you? As soon as I get in here, right? There it is. And that locks into position. And now you can use your original factory plug in here, and what will happen is now this light will act as a parking light and it will also act as a blinker. Now I thought that was the end of my problems because they sent me this fancy plug and this fancy adapter, okay, that appears to plug directly into the power to power the lights. So now I'd have light power. Theoretically it works. If I plug this in, I will have lights. The problem is I won't have any light, or my halos won't light up around the outside. And the reason for that is the original Mercedes plug, if you notice, there's no power on this leg. But on here, and this pigtail they give you that plugs into here, which then plugs into your Mercedes harness, it only goes in one way. That will light everything up, but because this leg is dead, there's no power here, so the halos don't light up. So to get the halos to light up, what I had to do is, I know that this is my dead leg, this white one. There's no power in this white one, which is the white one is what feeds this little light in the front, right up here at the top, and it also feeds the halo rings around the light. So the other one, the other light that this is wired to, the black, is my ground. So I need to get power to my halos. Now what I want to do is I want to use the same power so that when the parking light is on, the halo lights light up. So I take this plug and I'm going to test which one of these has 12 volts. Come here. You want to turn the parking lights on? So I already did this once, so I already know which one it is. Your car might be different, but I'll put the probe in here, take this to ground, and if you look, I got 12 volts. Okay? I do it on this one. I don't have 12 volts, so it's millivolts. So what I need to do is I need to jump and grab power from this one right here. You can shut the parking lights off. I need to grab power from this leg and splice it in to this white wire so that it powers the halos It'll power the halos on here and power that little light in the front. And if I didn't want the little light to the front on, I could just disconnect this white wire right here. But I want this light on and the halos. So on this particular plug, I have the power off to this. To make sure I get the wire right, you can just take a little screwdriver and pop the cover off the back of this. Now if I pop the cover off, I see that the top one is the ground. The one I need is the gray with the red stripe. That's my power wire that gets power. Gray with the red stripe. That one gets power when the parking light is on. The other wire gets power when the blinkers go on. So I want these on, not when the blinker goes on, when I have parking lights on. So I'm gonna take the gray with the red. Yours might be different, so just check your power. Remember, the brown one is the ground, but we don't have to mess with that one because we're gonna use the ground on the other side. So I need to come into here and I'm gonna cut the video right here in a minute. I'm gonna splice the gray and red to, I can get this out of the way here, to this white wire because I have no power on here. And once I do this and make this splice, the halos and the little white light in the front, the ground side, the black wire, is already running into this harness, and it's going to a good ground. So it's grounded, it just doesn't have any power. So we gotta splice those two together. I'm gonna shut the video off, make my splice, and then we're gonna test them out. Okay?